Laura Ingraham is mad that Biden is sanctioning Russia instead of China. Respect.
Warriors. That is the focus of tonight's angle.
Tonight, I say to the Russian oligarchs and the corrupt leaders who built billions of dollars off this violent regime, no more.
We will leave no stone unturned in our efforts to investigate, arrest, and prosecute those whose criminal acts enable the Russian government to continue its unjust war.
You're going to see IRS agents, Department of Homeland Security, FBI, the Marshal Service, all pooling our efforts to run this task force.
I love Fiona.
As you see things quickly spiral in Ukraine, the Biden administration wants you to believe that they're engaged and taking strong actions to pressure Putin by...
It's pretty funny to think that, like, they're holding their hands in sanctioning Russian oligarchs, right? Especially because they have a material interest in continuing trade relations with Russia, which is providing energy and stabilizing prices, energy prices, which would hurt them in the at the polls, right? And also destabilize their economy, which is not a risk America is willing to take. But what I find to be rather hilarious is, like, they won't even do that for Russia. What makes you think they would do that for China? China owns us, motherfucker. Fuck you mean? Dude, look at, dude. China and Taiwan, our over-reliance on Chinese manufacturing in Taiwan got to such a point that we, for once in our fucking lives, decided to, in a bipartisan effort, build a motherfucking microchip factory, okay? In the United States of America. Like, we're literally bringing labor back to this goddamn country out of our fear that we rely on China so much that it becomes a national security problem. Can you imagine? Like, they're doing anti-capitalist shit because of how fucking terrified they are of how much we rely on China.
By creating a DOJ task force with a really cool name. By the way,
I just wish it would extend to, I don't know, healthcare. Like, oh man, or fuck man, I'm so scared of China. That's why we gotta, like, I want to trick people. Okay, I want to trick our politicians into being fearful of China to a degree where they have to build like a nationwide high-speed rail system. Like, man, China's really kicking our ass here, right? Look at that. Since 2008, look how many fucking high-speed rail lines they've been able to build all around the country. That's crazy. We should do that too, right? You know, for getting around fast, if China invades, or sorry, when China invades, we should do that. You know, I don't fucking know. We should do high-speed rail here. Like, China's beating us. We should do healthcare here.
complete with sophisticated asset tracking and lots of sexy video.
Welcome to television's unchallenged authority on wealth, prestige, and success. It's another dazzling lifestyles of the rich and famous.
The four biggest yachts in the Maldives right now reportedly are Russian-owned.
In France, authorities have seized a yacht owned by Igor Sechin.
They've actually seized 2 Russian yachts. That includes the Amore Vero, which is owned by Igor Sechin, who's the CEO of Rosneft, and also seized by Germany is a yacht owned by Alisher Usmanov.
Now, of course, these moves are about as effective as cloth masks on a cross-country flight.
Just realized
now, we just got finished with COVID response theater, and now they're starting up with Ukraine response theater. Now, these are all choreographed moves to make it appear as though the government is working hard to keep you safe and the people of Ukraine
safe. Wait, I mean,
safe.
she's kind of right. She is kind. I mean, it feels good though. It does feel good to see like a fucking oligarch lose their yacht. Like, I'm sure it's in a weird way, it probably makes people feel good, but like, she's not wrong about this element of it, unless she continues to say, yeah, put your money where your mouth is and like take the fucking take the L on energy. If you're not even gonna get a fucking haircut on energy, it's like, it's kind of bullshit, right? Because it is, a lot of these sanctions are just to say like, we're doing our job. You know?
I am now at 18 months. Doctors.
You're in the thumbnail of another Philly D. Wait, what? She lied. Russia versus nuclear disaster. 3 failed Zelensky attempts and more. Wait, what? Why am I in another Philly D thumbnail? No, I'm not. You lied. Did this just come out? It's not even here yet. I can't. It's not even. Oh no! The Russia invaded Ukraine. What now? Yeah, I invaded Ukraine. Someone send me a fucking thumbnail.
I hope you're having a good day, Hasan. Hassel.
Why am I in this again? What the fuck? What? Why is he making it seem like I'm invading Ukraine, dude? He keeps putting me on his thumbnails. God damn it. I'm not invading Ukraine. Okay.
It's all a ruse for masking a hidden agenda. Now, a few points to keep in mind. First, the freezing of assets is nothing new. The Department of Justice has always had the power to deny international criminals and fraudsters access to their own wealth, including any ill-begotten gains. When not abused by out-of-control prosecutors, asset forfeiture laws are powerful tools against crime and corruption. But as we side with the Ukrainian people against Russia's barbaric, hideous invasion, shouldn't we expect our own government to act under established and fair legal criteria?
Wait, what?
How is...
Oh my God, she's saying that seizure of the assets of oligarchs is unconstitutional? What the fuck is going on, dude? No shot. What?
Oh boy, almost 2 years.
Hold on, I gotta hear this again.
Invasion. Shouldn't we expect our own government to act under established and fair legal criteria?
While making a comparison that, like, our government is just as corrupt as Russia's for seizing Russian assets? Wait, what?
How?
Bro, the worst part about this is, like, if there's one group of people that are completely indefensible in this circumstance, it's the protected fucking kleptocratic oligarchs in Russia. Like, if you were to say hitting the Russian central bank and you know, not allowing them to fix their currency, right? Or limiting how much they can stabilize their currency, taking them off SWIFT for certain for all purchases. That's only hurting the Russian people, and it's not actually doing anything because they don't have anything. Like they have no power with respect to, like, you know, stopping Vladimir Putin, right? No matter how much there's an uprising, your goal is to starve them out, starve the Russian people out, with the hopes that, like, they can say, stop it, Vladimir Putin, and that will happen, right? But she's not even doing that. She's defending the Russian oligarchs and their what the fuck is the point? Is it just for the sake of defending Russian oligarchs, for the sake of defending rich people no matter where they are?
The White House choosing which oligarchs to sanction. Do you start with the richest ones or the ones with the closest ties to Vladimir Putin?
We look at one of the big factors is, of course, the proximity to President Putin. We want him to feel the squeeze. We want the people around him to feel the squeeze. I don't believe this is going to be the last set of oligarchs. Making them a priority and a focus of our individual sanctions is something the president has been focused on.
Now, is this the governing legal standard now? The feel the squeeze standard? I must have missed that one in law school, but perhaps their new Supreme Court nominee can explain to me how such an arbitrary and vague classification is actually constitutional. Asset freezing requires...
Wait, okay. I'm so confused. Like she's talking about how feckless the Russian oligarch asset seizure is, like, or how powerless it is, but then simultaneously saying it's unconstitutional. Like, she's just, if there was a carve out for one fucking group of individuals that she's defending in this argument, it unironically comes across as like she's just defending the Russian oligarchs, which is really weird. Like, it's just like, wait, what? It's unconstitutional to seize their yachts, and it's fucked up to do so. It's okay. Sure, but like if you're gonna get mad at fucking sanctions, why would you not get mad at like how much the regular 150 million Russians are gonna fucking feel the squeeze for no reason when the oligarchs themselves actually do have a level of outsized power and influence. Obviously, no one has influence over what Putin could do. But if there's people in his fucking immediate circle, like they have somewhat more of a say in what happens. So she's not even bringing up the other side, the actual fucking victims in the situation that have nothing to do with the actions or have no power to change the outcome. Wild to fucking find a way to surgically remove every fucking immoral consequence of our actions here and hyper focus on the one instance where it's like kind of appropriate. I've never seen a take like this before. It's like sanctions for everyone but the oligarchs.
Credible allegations of criminal action or civil fraud. Maybe that's here, maybe it's not. It also means that you have to find the assets, which are often hidden in shell corporations, partnerships, or things like LLCs. Now, what does this require? Well, this requires time, manpower, forensic work, and significant resources.
Earlier that you want Putin to feel the squeeze and the people around him to feel the squeeze. How does the administration feel that these sanctions could actually change his behavior?
What we're talking about here is seizing their assets, seizing their yachts, and making it harder for them to send their children to colleges and universities in the West. These are significant steps that will impact the people who are closely around President Putin.
Okay, these significant steps also take international cooperation and time. And we know time is not on the Ukrainian side. You just heard Alina speak out. Even if we could expeditiously freeze every oligarch's luxury assets, would that really stop the suffering of the Ukrainian people that's happening right now? Do we think Putin's going to wake up and say next week, and he's going to get up there and he's going to say, you know, that chalet in Gstaad was so important to me. I think I'll call Zelensky and send the troops home. Now, more importantly, we have to ask, is there a possibility that this could all backfire and make things even worse for Ukraine?
Wait, what? What? What is she saying? She's saying we shouldn't seize the oligarchs' yachts because they'll piss off. We're going to piss off Putin further. You can't, on the one hand, say it's feckless and ineffective, and then simultaneously say it has the exact opposite.
Is anyone in the Biden administration even gaming any of this out, you wonder? So let's be real, as satisfying as it may be to see these 400-foot luxury liners.
You'd be surprised how often you sound like Fox News. Bro, this is an insane takeaway. Like, this is an insane thing to state. Okay? And also, I sound like Fox News because what? Because I do Russian accents? Shut the fuck up, idiot. When I talk about sanctions, I talk about how it is not, if you're going to go all-encompassing, you have to go in an area. You have to go to an area where it actually hurts you as well. But Americans and the Western nations do not want to do that. That's why Belgium wanted to do a carve-out for fucking diamonds, okay? That's why Italy wanted to do a carve-out for sanctions on luxury items because they wanted to keep selling fucking, Italian shit to the Russian dudes, to the Russian wealthy people. Either, if you're going to do sanctions, and I am conflicted on them, first of all, I do not give a fuck about seizing the yachts of oligarchs. Fuck yes. I not only want that to happen, I don't give a fuck that it's unconstitutional. I want to seize their apartments, so that we can, take it, give it to the government, and then have the government turn it into, socialized housing. Straight the fuck up. Sink the yachts if you want. Sell them. I don't know. Fucking scrap it for parts. I don't give a shit. Okay? I don't care about that at all. What I do care about, however, and I don't care about the constitutionality of it too, but what I do care about is how the average Russian who's living in Russia, who has no fucking proximity to Vladimir Putin, who has no say in what ends up happening in Russia as far as like Russian foreign policy, how much that person is going to get fucking destroyed. Okay? And that is incredibly frustrating. If you think me and Laura Ingraham are on the same side of this argument, you are not understanding my position at all. You are not understanding my position at all, and you're not understanding her position at all. You just are thinking, oh, someone is not offering full-throated support and actually asking some questions about what the consequences might be on random individuals that have nothing to do with anything, and you think it's the same as Fox News. They're not. None of the. You are actually a fucking Russian puppet. Yes. Yes, I am a Russian puppet. Being a Russian puppet is when you say, fuck the Russian oligarchs, seize all their fucking assets and give it to the people. That's me being a Russian puppet. You know, everybody in Russia, I'm sure everyone in Putin's circle loves that. That's a take that they are probably on board with, dude. Good fucking point of view. Good POV, my friend. You really nailed it. Okay? Search for Washington Post, why the enormous scale of financial pain being inflicted on Russia worries some in the West. The article says the same as you. Again, always remember, civil asset forfeiture is appropriate if the state is seizing your property and seizing your fucking money that you have in your pockets in your car or whatever the fuck under the suspicions that you're doing illegal activity because you're too poor to fight back because you haven't bought the government. If you buy the government, if you are a wealthy oligarch, doesn't matter if you're Russian, doesn't matter if you're American, you've already bought the fucking government, so they will constantly, endlessly pontificate, endlessly go back and forth on, is this appropriate to do? Should we not do this? If you're fucking poor, cops will pull you over. They can do civil assets forfeiture on your ass. Okay. Good luck trying to recover any of that. Okay. The amount of like you have to hire a lawyer. The amount of fucking paperwork required for you to get back what you earned. Okay, is ridiculous. But you're poor, so it doesn't matter. But when we take from the rich, oh man, oh brother. I mean, we really got to think about the feelings. Okay.
Almost 1 year sub to my favorite Russian puppet. Love you, Hasan transgender.
She's kind of right, though. This will totally make things worse for Ukraine. If you think about it, it's actually unconstitutional because it implies the U.S. government is willing to seize a 60 sekundad break. Wait, oh, fucking, dude, I already ran the ad. It's 125, you fucking idiot. Also, what? Ukrainian defense minister says victory is imminent. That's crazy. Okay. What the fuck? What victory? Bro, they literally took a major city and they're pushing further and taking more cities. What does he mean a victory is imminent for Ukraine? Does he mean like victory for Russia? What the fuck's he talking about? I feel like I'm losing. I feel like I don't know. I'm losing a perspective here. Yeah. Russia is shelling the living fuck out of Mariupol. Dude, I will say the news today actually has been very positive for Ukraine. What? What is positive for Ukraine? What the fuck are you guys talking about? Nothing has changed since yesterday. If anything, it's been worse. Are we missing what? Are we is there like a is it possible to enact targeting sanctions on government officials like America's done in China? Not really. Not at all. Because they're too powerful. She's right to defend the idea that America shouldn't be able to arbitrarily police the rest of the world's finances. I mean, she's not wrong on that, but it's wild to argue against that, argue that understandable and correct position by taking the worst possible stance you can on it. Do you see what I'm saying? If you're going to talk about sanctions, which are collective punishment, okay, which is collective punishment and unjustifiable, an act of war, okay, that truly cripples countries, cripples and hurts citizens, it kills millions, okay, in certain instances, like in Iraq.
Hey, chat.
Okay. If you're going to talk about that, because with the off chance that it might actually create some kind of rebellion within that country because a starving populace is going to turn around and push back against their government, that instability, that volatility will ultimately, potentially, hopefully, fingers crossed, will lead to some kind of rebellion that we want. That's really shaky grounds to just fucking starve out millions and millions of people. Okay? So I agree with that. I see that. I am usually very anti-sanctions in most of the circumstances, and I've talked about it time and time again. Sanctions on Cuba, the embargo, completely unjustifiable, morally abhorrent. Venezuela, unjustifiable, morally abhorrent. Iraq, unjustifiable, morally abhorrent. Iran, unjustifiable, morally abhorrent. Okay? Completely fucking unacceptable. But those are countries we can bully. We put sanctions on Yemen while they are literally under occupation from Saudi Arabia using our guided laser guided systems and our missiles. Okay? An actual genocide is occurring in Yemen right now, right this very moment. And we put sanctions on the effective Yemen government, the Houthis. Okay? Not good guys, certainly. Ones who are fucking fighting against Saudi Arabia currently. But that's just how it is. That's the fucking effective government. They're defending themselves, right? Now, these are, and we just added additional sanctions in that situation. While the people of Yemen are starving, we added additional sanctions to them. Afghanistan, completely unjustifiable, morally abhorrent. But when you talk about Russia's actions as a government, as a fully developed nation state, a superpower with nuclear weapons, how do you deal with that? How do you actually fucking deal with that? The world is powerless to do anything as we watch Russia just roll over fucking Ukraine. Okay? They're throwing human power at the problem. A lot of Russian soldiers are dying, and we're just watching. And there's nothing we can do, and there was nothing we could have done from the start other than, allow nukes to get fired off and World War III to begin, I guess. So we did this sanction thing, okay? And I do see that when you have nothing else to do, when you don't have anything else going on, when you can't do anything else, like I understand you're powerless, you have to do something. But even then, the most protected in that form of sanctions, which Russia should be well protected against, okay? The average Russian citizen suffers in a way that Russian oligarchs never will. The only place that you could actually have some kind of outsized power, some kind of genuine regime change or anything is on the oligarch side, but we will never do that if they are well protected against the sanctions. So Laura Ingraham not mentioning any of that and instead saying it's unconstitutional to seize the yachts of fucking oligarchs. It's totally fucked up. What do you mean? And it's going to backfire on us is crazy to me. If the goal of sanctions are to try to get the people that you are targeting with the sanctions to get angry enough that they fucking fight back against their government, then the Russian people have no say. They have no power. You know who does have a say and power? The oligarchs, to a certain degree. Sanctions are acts of war. They are not an alternative. They're warfare. And in many cases, they're a genocidal policy. I agree. I've already mentioned that. Like I said, Iraq, Afghanistan, Venezuela, Cuba, Yemen. Absolutely ridiculous that we have sanctions on any of these countries. Ridiculous, unjustifiable. North Korea. Morally abhorrent behavior. Anyway.
Padlocked. Chasing down oligarchs is like swatting away mosquitoes when a cobra is about to strike your leg. As the angle has been telling you, this has been from day one, the biggest threat facing free people everywhere is China. Russia would...
Fucking insane how much nationalism and anti-Russian sentiment there are in my country now. They're advocating violence against Russians. I mean, well, you know, I get why. Borger, your country is in a unique situation, okay? The reason why they're saying that is because, you know, you're in Georgia, motherfucker, obviously, of course. Well, I mean, I don't know if that's who you meant or that's what you were talking about, but, you know, that's... I get why people in Georgia are like, yeah, you know, fuck every Russian person. Anyway, let's continue.
Would not be able to do what it's doing now without China providing a financial cushion, buying its energy, buying its wheat, and so on. China's decision yesterday to abstain from a UN measure demanding the immediate withdrawal of Russian forces from Ukraine, that sent a clear message that President Xi is fine with Putin's campaign of terror.
Oh my God. And now... learning geography with
Russia
Aiden
and NATO. But Ukraine and Georgia both wanted to join NATO for a long time. And that...
I gotta be fucking tripping. Is this maybe years ago? How is Atlanta all over here? I gotta... No.
Stop.
Oh, God. I swear to God. No.
Stop. No shot. He's pretending, right? There's no fucking shot. It's funny. That's a funny joke. That's like a funny goof. That's a funny gaffe. I don't want to believe that this is like a legitimate perspective from, you know, oh my God, dude. Ameribrain, dude. Holy fuck.
Listen. No.
Russia and...
Stop! Okay. Stop. No shot. By the way, what did I tell you? Fox News is always like, hey, don't focus on Russia. Focus on the real problem, which is China. And that's exactly what this entire video was leading up towards. And I was right once again. They love being like, don't target the Russian oligarchs. They're going to be our allies against China soon.
This begs the question. If they really want to get at Putin's funding source, why is Biden not clamping down on Chinese corporations and Xi's inner circle? About 340,000 Chinese students studying in the United States right now, by the way. Biden's...
Bro, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck? You guys are psychotic. I really wish we could literally just ban conservatives, okay? I want to put a sanction on conservatives. If you're a reactionary conservative, you go to jail. I want to seize your assets. I want to take everything away from you, and I want to fucking deport you. I don't give a fuck where you go, just not here, okay? We should just take every conservative and ship them off into, like, we should do Liberia, but for conservatives, okay? Straight up. Like, we should have just a country where we're like, that's the designated conservative zone. Florida brings me back to my Florida proposal. 100%. Take all the walls that are surrounding the southern border and put all of those walls on Florida, and we just ship every conservative into Florida. Okay? Wow. All of them. Take them all, put them there, take all their other assets, give them enough to survive in Florida. That's it. Insanity. She's talking about 400,000 Chinese students. Bro, what the fuck are they? Are they agents? Are they actually agents? Are the Russian students also morally culpable for the actions? Are you in any way ever going to take your legitimate fucking moral culpability for all of the reactionary blood libel you have engaged in over and over again? When it comes to every unjustifiable, morally abhorrent action that the American state is engaged in? Holy fuck. Do you go to jail because America did what it did in Afghanistan, Iraq, Iran? That was before your time. Vietnam, Korea, Nicaragua, Chile, Bolivia. Huh? Do you go to jail for that? You should. You should. You're defending that shit too. Fuck me, dude. These people are fucking insane. Holy fuck.
His team brags about plans to put the squeeze on Putin and his pals, as the Biden administration gives hugs to Xi and his.
No, don't worry. All the Floridians that don't want to be a part of Florida's like, you know, we should turn Florida into Gaza, like an open air prison for conservatives, okay? And of course, simultaneously, make sure that everyone who's living in Gaza is free and liberated, okay? Palestine. We should just put every fucking conservative though inside of Florida, okay? Just make it like, yeah, turn it into Arkham City, all right? Just lock it up, throw away the fucking key, and then we'll keep doing extractions of babies over and over again with helicopters to make sure, because babies don't deserve living in fucking anarcho-capitalist Florida.
Finna watch while playing Elden Ring.
Fucking Christ, disgusting.
Remember, they're going to help us on climate change, though, isn't it?
Sounds similar to what the Germans did to the Jews. I love the idea of me getting angry and talking about something that is never going to happen in a reactionary white supremacist country is enough for some fucking dumbass to turn around and be like, wow, dude, you want to Holocaust conservatives. Like, wow, shut your stupid fucking fragile mouth up, okay? Let me just fantasize for a brief moment that these fucking fascist dipshits would ever suffer one fraction of the fucking consequences that they advocate for other innocent citizens of the world, okay? Let me just fucking have 1 second of clarity and of a feel-good moment before you come in and moralize the situation like, this is actually completely unacceptable. Stupid bitch. Conservatives. Yeah, remember when they chose to be Jewish, like how these conservatives were born reactionary? Exactly. I'm not here saying bust out the fucking calipers to measure the skulls of conservatives to understand why they have such reactionary points of view. Here's a really easy way to not go to the Florida jail that I've been talking about. Okay? Stop being conservative. Just re-education camps, you know? Just a fucking re-education camp where they just, you know, you have to write essays all day about how wrong you were to say these psychotic things.
John Kerry's point. So we can't get them upset at us. Yeah, right. Well, the fact is, without Xi's support and tacit approval, Putin couldn't have pulled this off, period. In the years leading up to this moment, NATO missed an opportunity, and so did the U.S. Maybe could have avoided this nightmare unfolding before our eyes. And we gave up our energy independence and oil and gas, and then Biden and Germany empowered.
Literally advocating for the cultural revolutions of China now. Yeah, just for reactionary, just a little bit, just as a fantasy. Obviously, it's never gonna happen, but like it'd be cool if we could just like re-educate conservatives. Yeah.
Powered Russia with Nord Stream 2. Meanwhile, the globalists propped up China by letting them into the WTO and offshoring our manufacturing, millions and millions of American jobs.
The globalists. Dude, they're literally the capitalists. The globalists, the fucking people who own capital, the people you run defense for every fucking day, the people that you run defense for by like shifting the blame over from those very same people who wanted to improve their profit margin by fucking moving manufacturing overseas, okay, and completely destroying labor unions. You are a mouthpiece for the fucking oligarchs, okay? You can't just say, oh, like these guys are the bad oligarchs, whereas my oligarchs that I'm defending all the time are the good oligarchs. You can't just say globalist and like slap a fucking, slap a different association. Motherfucker, those are the same people. Who do you think funds Fox News? What do you think Rupert Murdoch is like not a globalist? No, he's just a capitalist. They're all capitalists.
Also failed to strike a deal with Russia over NATO expansion. Maybe that was possible. We'll never know. And speaking of trade, right now, even with this humanitarian catastrophe that we've been documenting on Fox News all day long for several days now, aided and abetted by China, both Russia and China tonight still enjoy the same trading privileges with us as the UK.
Bro, she would literally advocate nuclear holocaust on China and Russia if it meant if she started seeing the price of gas go up a little bit further, okay? Like, you are a selfish, angloid piece of shit, okay? You do not give a fuck about Ukrainians. You do not give a fuck about Russians. You do not give a fuck about anyone but yourself, okay? You would literally advocate to glass the entirety of Russia if it meant that gas would be cheaper. Shut the fuck up. As my good friend Felix Biederman always says, you are not fighting in a revolutionary war. You're ordering delivery, okay? That's all you're fucking doing. You're ordering delivery every day. That's it. So am I, by the way, but at least I recognize it, okay? Holy shit. You're not like, it's so silly. It's so stupid. He said that to you? No, Felix didn't say that to me. He was making fun of Tim Dillon when Tim Dillon was like, perhaps we should recognize that it's not our neighbors that are the enemy, but Russians and the Chinese.
Even Canada has the good sense to revoke Russia's most favored nation status. They did that today. My question is, what are we waiting for? I can tell you who's not waiting: China. They formed an alliance of convenience with Russia, and we let it happen. But at least we might get some cool yachts out of it. And that's the...
I know you're joking, but if someone who doesn't know you saw what you were saying about conservatives, they'd be completely alienated. You can't just say shit like that when you have so many haters, says King Hossie. Yeah, except, you know, that's good propaganda, I think. If they're clipping my fucking shit out about, like, sending conservatives into re-education camps because they advocate to, like, purge 400,000 Chinese citizens from America, then, like, that's a cool take. That's like my 9/11 take. A lot of people are alienated by that, but then even more people are like, well, you know what? Let's hear this motherfucker out. Let's hear what he's, let's hear what he has to say here. What's going on? I get more mad when people misconstrue what I'm saying and actually turn around and say that I'm advocating for the opposite things that I'm actually advocating for. I get mad when people say Hasan is a fucking Putin puppet or doing propaganda or he's a mouthpiece for Putin's actions or he thinks that the invasion is fucking sick. Those are the things that frustrate me because those things are untrue. Okay? But like me joking about, a little bit of fun, having a little bit of fun about conservative reactionary mouthpieces, like seeing the consequences of what they advocate for. Like, that's just, that's cool. That's fine. I don't care if that goes. I clipped it and shipped it to my megalib mom and dad, and